The EGA system is based on teacher apps, student apps, books, and card games. The first two products are Gaming the IELTS and Conversation Master. This is the student website. Gaming the IELTS has 10 units, each with a theme as you see here, covering 100 IELTS topics. Each unit has 37 activities, most governed by in-class and homework apps. The three sets cover fundamentals, core skills, and performance outcomes. Each unit begins with a baseline essay to measure what high-value IELTS vocabulary related to that theme the student can already use. The related vocabulary is called a lexicon and is taught and exercised by some standard methods. We'll return to those later, but first let's look at our most unique and important apps for skill building. Students are taught to recognize the nature of the question and build this knowledge by playing this sorting game. 80% of IELTS candidates fail to make a 6 score, and one skill they lack is understanding when a question calls for a list or compare answer. This is so important, IELTS examiners are forbidden to use the words list or compare in a question. Our most popular apps link students for speaking practice so they can question each other and provide feedback based on criteria we provide, while the teacher does a walkabout. Their speaking and feedback time is increased by hours, something a regular classroom cannot provide, and they can practice remembering the high-value criteria without the stress of being called on in an open class. The three apps are Talk Back, Say It Again, and Tell Me a Story. Tenses Roundup provides speaking practice with high-value tenses. Make Sense is a very popular 450 card package used to make millions of grammatically correct sentences in both collaborative and competitive ways. They teach the logical elements of English communication and how they fit together. The games fit into 15-minute or 1-hour time slots and in between, and range in difficulty, spanning cumulative and complex sentences. The games can also be used to teach pronunciation, emphasis, and punctuation. The Make Sense app allows home games and delivers the results of a round to the teacher. Each unit has its own Make Sense app that uses the vocabulary selected for that theme. Logical progression and coherence is worth 25% of the IELTS score and is critical to writing in particular. C+C Story provides multiple opportunities to apply up to 32 connector words in a story and gives the student instant feedback. Like other homework apps, it gives the students a score on accuracy and on time. Verb Tense Story encourages learners to use a variety of tenses. A tense is selected for each verb, and the app tells the player what was wrong, what was right, and where they could have chosen to use a higher value tense. Like C+C Story, it can be done for homework or in class. Back to fundamentals. Each topic has at least one lexicon, a set of 60 to 120 vocabulary words related to that topic that contribute to a high IELTS score. Discussion questions help the teacher and student to personalize the terms. Lexicons are followed by match-up games that test vocabulary and definitions. Some, such as art and entertainment, use pictures. Crazy Story asks students to make up a story given 8 to 10 words delivered randomly from the lexicon. The homework is delivered directly to the teacher. There are 5 assignments per unit, requiring the student to research and deliver a short 80-word presentation on a subtopic to the class. They increase in difficulty as the unit progresses. Each unit concludes with an audio test and a short essay to test vocabulary increase, plus mock IELTS speaking and writing tests. This is the Teacher app. The teacher selects a class from his or her schedule. Each student in that class is a scorecard, more about that later. Activities are in the control of the teacher and released by him or her when needed. There are more activities in a unit than we have time to show you. The teacher also controls several contests such as Question Bee and Face Off. Face Off pits 4 players against each other to get the best scores on speaking tasks that resemble IELTS Part 1 and Part 3 questions. Each game board contains 2 bonus questions where students assess their own confidence about being able to meet the requirements and get extra points. As the point value increases, so do the criteria. They must remember to understand the nature of the question, to paraphrase, use the lexicon, a high-value verb tense, and so on. The student scorecards. Many scores are sent automatically by the system. Others are graded by the teacher, and grades are entered here, such as for debates, presentation assignments, and essays. The Manager app shows all the current sessions in the center, all the students, and the available virtual seats in each session. In the future, it will also provide some descriptive statistics. So that is a look at 15 of our 37 unit activities. Teacher training is offered to licensing schools or language centers. Here are some more facts.